Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your horrible, nasty, delicious, lovely, sexy ideas and turn them into the next AAA video game titles. I am one of your hosts, Blake Rea.
I'm your other host, AJ Hart, and no, you slipped a word in there that we don't usually put in the intro. We don't usually lean towards
nasty?
that adjective. No.
We don't use
nasty?
nasty?
I love making a nasty game. I'm not confident about you inviting sexy game ideas.
You know, I'm all about, this is the year of the rebrand. Like, this is sexy Blake era.
I'm actually done with the rebranding. I went and saw the...
No. Oh, what you? Are you gonna talk about Batman and how that movie's kind of fucking hilarious?
Do you remember how there was a weird moment in the Batman where the Batman, you know, the Batman was weirdly anti-sex work for one scene?
Wait,
anyway,
what?
I think I'm done with rebranding because I can't live with the idea of people looking at the Batman and rebranding this motherfucker again. Because last time they rebranded him, they said Batman doesn't eat pussy. The second time they rebranded him, they made him not a fan of sex work.
Heroes don't do that.
To stop, team.
AJ, heroes don't do that. Heroes don't do sex work.
It's the weirdest thing. It is the two most wild moves for anybody to make with the Batman character.
That's not okay. That's I'm gonna jump to a video game topic.
From now on, whatever brand you have right now in Aries season 2022, whatever your brand is, you have to stick to it. So again, we're staying where we were before you dropped the word sexy into our intro.
Baby, I've always been sexy. I'm just now putting it in a recorded format.
No,
stop,
dude.
You and I, dude, stop.
Dude,
You're not
stop.
sexy.
You're making my podcast sexy. You're making my waveforms curvier.
Well,
How did you do that?
I just wanted to share a little video game story I got going on. So, as the audience and you, AJ, know, Elden Ring has just been my god for the past month. I have just been playing it nonstop. No other games matter. So,
in fact, you and I lost sleep last night and were unable to record on our normal recording time because we were too sleepy after staying up 2 hours past our bedtime for Elden Ring.
We kicked the shit out of the Moon Lady, and that was we kicked her buns.
We did beat the Moon Lady.
Oh, and I did that sweet tact where I popped the pickled foot like a second before you did the final blow and almost died from it.
It was pretty cool how you ate something and almost threw the match. Anyway, what's your cool story?
So I was hanging out with my little brother, and he's a huge gamer too. He loves like FPSs. He loves Call of Duty. That's his fucking jam. So I was like, you know what? He's moving. I'm not gonna see him for quite a long time. I'm gonna take him to Best Buy and I'm gonna get him whatever fucking game he wants. Cause I just got my new job. I'm feeling good in my life. I'm gonna do this nice thing for him. So I go there. He gets Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Great choice, I guess.
Nice. Good call. No, that's the right call.
And then I see on the shelf what looks at me, Kirby, in the form of a car, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break from Elden Ring tonight, and I'm just gonna play this brand spanking new game, this new Kirby game. I am the car now. Look at me. I am the car now.
Big mouth mode. Full mouth mode.
So I'm looking at the game case on my desk right now. The plastic is still on it.
Oh,
I am 5 levels higher in Elden Ring.
Okay, but you do have another game ready. Like, you have a game prepared to take some hours off of Elden Ring.
If I can fucking tear myself away from it.
No, I get it. I did a similar thing on my PlayStation. Every time I boot up my PlayStation now, I'm reminded by a game that I desperately want to try and just haven't pried myself away from Elden Ring to play. And that is Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise, a game that I so desperately want to play.
That's such a you game,
I've not been able to drag myself over to it. It looks so funny. It looks like such a funny game, and that alone inspires me to want to play it.
It kind of feels like Devil May Cry, but in the Final Fantasy universe, right? Where it's like
I've heard a lot
kind
more
of aesthetics and. Go ahead.
I guess, like, in the level of, like, it's high fantasy with a weird modern twist, but I feel like that's just the way Final Fantasy looks nowadays. The game that I've heard a lot of people compare this to, honestly, is, like, a Dark Souls or a Neo, because it is the Ninja Theory team.
Oh,
And this is the team
okay.
that did the Neo games.
Is this the game is this the Final Fantasy game I finally play and think it's okay?
God, why didn't you play 7 Remake? Your game selection makes me so mad sometimes.
AJ, you and I are very different. If it doesn't have, like, if somebody's soul isn't being torn from their body, I don't fucking care about it.
You should like all the things I like, and we should have boring, similar opinions on everything.
We should just constantly say yes to one another and then not have deep differing conversations about
I
shit.
want no separation between you and I in any way, shape, or form. I want a full podcast host osmosis. I want this show to be hosted by 2 of the same guy.
Have you like, okay, I know that's like a funny haha joke,
Met
but
people
like
that are just like way too similar in all their tastes of things.
Yeah, like they are just like carbon mirrors of you, and it's
Probably,
just like,
but I can't imagine that being somebody's like best friend. I feel like part of the wonder of like having like a best friend specifically is like when they get to show you something and you get to be like, oh, no about that one, bud. That one's so wicked, not my thing. Like,
you and I are on the same page with that one.
Yeah,
it's like, there's
a
bro,
real glory to sending the other one a song that we're like, no, I think you'd like this song, and then your friend being like, I didn't like that one actually. You're like, that's fine, I'll get him next time. Next time I'll hit it.
Yeah, but then you get those sweet moments like you and I had yesterday where you sent me, like, what was the fucking name? It was like Pink something.
It was Pork Soda by Glass Animals, a song that I knew you would like.
Name.
And you were kicking and screaming.
Name.
You're like, I'm not going to like Pork Soda.
I was like, no, I can't. How can I fucking...
Name.
Here, no, let me go by beat, and then we'll jump into the podcast. AJ's like, hey, have you ever heard of Glass Animals Pork Soda? And I'm like, that sounds... like the stupidest thing in the world. No, I have never heard of that. Heard of Glass Animals, but I've never heard of Pork Soda. And AJ's like, you'll like it. This is such a you song.
Wait, you
like,
had heard of Glass Animals?
Yeah, I mean, an old friend of ours used to fucking listen to Glass Animals. Also, probably Trevor's talked about them. He loves weird music. So AJ says like, no, okay, I'm going to send it to you. You're going to listen to it. And I want your honest opinion on it. So I'm like, fucking fine. I'm not going to like it. I go dead on the mic for about 30 seconds, and I'm like, hey, AJ, this song's pretty good.
It doesn't mean it's a really good song.
But that doesn't mean it's not stupid. That doesn't mean it's not a stupid song. So, yeah, that's a little bit of our lives right now. You know, very mellow. AJ and I have reached a pretty good point in our friendship where, you know, we just send stuff to each other to get, you know, ragged on. And then, you know, we grow closer. And then
every now and again we said something that it is a calculated real recommendation, and those ones hit.
Yeah, and then you get my buns, cover my buns when I'm going up against the boss in Elden Ring, and I cover your buns when you go up against the boss in Elden Ring. That's gonna be our life for a little while. But
do you want a video game submission?
Yeah, I do want a video game submission. By the way, if you're new to the podcast and are still around and found our opening banter somewhat engaging, if you want to give a game submission, we're always hungry for them. Send it to us on Reddit at r/spiritual successor. You can send it to us at Twitter. You can leave it in a YouTube comment. Or
you can't do
send
that
us an
one.
old-fashioned email.
You tried to slip it past me again. You're quite a little silly guy today.
I've talked to you about this. This has been my brand. I'm just comfortable saying it out loud now. You're harshing my vibe. So give me a game submission.
This comes from Eric Johnson at HeyHeyESJ. A mashup of a stealth game and Katamari Damacy, where you play as master food thief William Carlos Williams, who starts off stealing plums from the ice box, but hungers for bigger and bigger prizes. I don't know who William Carlos Williams is. I'm going to assume that is the Christian name of Little Chef from Ratatouille.
What?
I mean, you know it because you always say the actual name. What's the name of the little chef from Ratatouille? Is it not William Carlos Williams?
It's Rani or Rami or Remy. Remy, that's it. One of the fucking two. I got brain rot.
I'll call him the way that I should refer to him, and that is, of course, by Little Chef.
Little Chef.
Hey, okay, fun little fact for AJ. Actually, this is really cute. So Ratatouille is in Kingdom Hearts 3, but nobody can speak rat, so everybody refers to the rat as Little Chef.
Oh, that's
because
adorable.
that's what all the humans call him in the movie. Is they just call him Little Chef.
Hello, yeah, they're like, hello, Little Chef. Oh, yeah, and then he gets a nice little fist bump. Yeah, you're right. That is pretty cute. Also,
anyway, yeah, he's only called Little Chef in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I think that's very fun.
Who submitted this again?
This came from Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson,
ESJ.
Why the fucking poll about William Carlos Williams? It's just
who's William Carlos Williams?
He's just some poet, like some poet who practiced pediatrics and general medicine. I thought there was like a funny haha thing behind this. I was like, no, this is just some fucking guy who won a Pulitzer Prize for poetry.
No, okay,
I mean, like, good for him.
No, hold on,
like,
this tracks. Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little secret about my workplace experience, and it's actually based on a call that you and I had earlier. I think you're in a similar setup right now. My workplace, it's got snacks there. It's got all sorts of little snacks there. It's got little muffins. It's got granola bars and bags of chips and Cheez-Its. I only pay for lunch 1 day out of the week, every day.
Really?
My work. Yeah.
Oh,
no, don't get too excited there, Bucko,
awesome.
because it isn't because the work is paying for my lunches.
Oh.
It's because work is paying for snacks. And I'm a trash goblin raccoon man that will be like, well, you got these little cups of mac and cheese, and you've got these muffin balls, and you've got two granola bars.
Okay.
How many of these things can I sneak when my boss is not looking at me during my lunch breaks? Because if he sees me eating too many of these, I will feel bad. He won't confront me about it, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he knows that I eat 1 bag of chips on my lunch break. I'm going to tell you and our audience a little secret. Sometimes I eat 2 bags of chips. He just doesn't know about the second bag of chips. And it is so important to me that he never finds out.
I mean, luckily my company's pretty big, so like I just go in and be like, I guess I'm having 3 bags of chips today.
You can fade into the numbers. Yeah, no, my company has like 11 people. Like, they will know.
Yeah.
They'll recognize my face.
Okay, hold on. No, but I do. Wait, hold on. Because we're talking about workplace shit. So I see what you're going for. You want to do a game about sneaking food.
I want to do a game about William Carlos Williams trying to grab a big old ball of all of the snacks around his workplace without being caught. It is a stealth Katamari Damacy game.
Dude, you know what I'm so fucking worried about? So I think me and my coworker are tight. I've only been working there for like a week now today. I think her and I are tight because like I see that she, sometimes she just texts when our bosses aren't in the office, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, she's texting, she's slacking. I'm not gonna. Her and I have a non-verbal agreement, a silent agreement. I don't bust her ass for texting if she doesn't bust me for having a third sparkling water from the fridge. That's our exchange.
And that's class solidarity. This is exactly what Marx was talking about in his books.
Do you have to? Okay, let's add some spice to this. So the kitchen is on the
incredibly talented Pulitzer-winning prize poet William Carlos Williamsburg.
Yes.
What the fuck was his name?
William Carlos Williams. You had it. You didn't have to add the berg on that.
No, I threw a berg at the end of it because it felt right. Man, William Carlos Williams, huh?
So,
people used to just get weird names, huh? Anyway, continue. I just think it's so stupid.
That's fucked up. Real fucked up. Austin Jacob. Yeah, like names used to be weird.
My name,
They're still weird.
My name isn't Austin Jacob Austin, though. That would suck.
What is your middle name? I actually don't know if I know your middle name. Austin Jacob Remus Hart.
Who's to say?
AJ's middle name is Remus now. I have decided it.
Okay. That's a weird one.
So kind of playing into your
time out. Do you think that Austin Jacob is my whole first name?
Yes, that's why they call you AJ, right?
Did you think that my fucking name was Austin Jacob something Hart?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, am I a bad friend? I don't know. I've met people with like 2 first names. Like, Perla Salgado Kraus. Like, that's her fucking, she has like 2, actually, I might be wrong on that one. Fuck, I don't know, maybe.
Was Salgado not her maiden name?
I think there was something more. Yeah, it was Perla. This is my sister-in-law, Perla Jean.
And we're just gonna dox everybody we can. How many more
like what are they gonna
last names do we know?
You fucking find them on Facebook. Like they can always deny a request.
Mark
Like
Zuckerberg
what
has
is the
this
word? I'm not
information.
reading off addresses and social like what's it called? Social. Fuck.
Security numbers. That's
Social
fine. You're
security.
fine.
Oh, they pay me. I'm an art student. God, I am too dumb to do
So the
anything
video
remotely
game-
intelligent.
the
Yes.
video game that we're
Can I pitch you?
going
Can I
to
pitch you an
do.
outline? Because I have an idea. I have an idea.
Hit
So
me.
the idea is that you work at this company that has a bunch of like Pulitzer Prize winning people, so we can like get a bunch of guest stars from other famous Pulitzer Prize people.
Yeah, it's some generic fancy pants publishing company.
Some firm. Yeah, that's exactly. It's a you're supposed to be at your desk
Pulitzer
typing out.
publishers.
Yes. So you sneak off to the other side of the building and you can grab as much food as you can, but the amount of food contributes to how big your ball is, making the level harder to sneak through.
But the more
here's-
points you get, the bigger the ball, the faster you go, but also the momentum is so
But
difficult, and it also takes a
here's-
lot more time to speed up.
What if we did a thing like this though, where the thing you are trying to sneak to your desk is like a unique currency. So like you're rolling down the
Max.
hallway and somebody catches you, like your coworker, and is like, "Hey, I'm going to out you unless you give me 3 of those bags of chips off that pile you got going on." And I didn't see you, you didn't see me. So you have to do this thing of like, "Hey, the game starts off really simple, right? It's just like it's a regular it's like a regular office, but then you find out like there's these hello neighbor ass like secret passageways through this building that just get weirder and weirder, but all of it takes currency to get through. And
Yes, and
you
I
can
love
maybe
this idea
find
of like this randomized bribing system, because like
Yes.
you don't know if you're going to
Yes.
have what somebody's going to want, but you might be willing to risk
Oh.
it. You might be like, okay, if I rush down this hallway, I know that Thomas is going to see me, but I think I know Thomas well enough. He's just going to want 2 muffin bars. And I can
Yes.
spare the 2 muffin bars, so I'm just going to rush
Yes.
past, let him see me,
That's
give
such a
him my
good
bribe, and move on my
such
way.
a good thing. So you basically get a calendar or whatever, and depending on what day it is and what time of day it is, like the cravings and habits of your
I think you have to
coworkers
get all
change.
of that stuff on your own. I'm enamored with a piece of Elden Ring about there not being a quest log, because I have
Okay.
a notepad on my phone and it looks like the ramblings of a fucking mad person. I only vaguely
You
know what
stared
any
into
of
the
this
eldritch
stuff
eye.
means. I've got one piece on my notes that says, I think the samurai wants a pickle. I don't know what that means.
That's
I
code
just
for
know there was a
that's code for dick, dude.
No, it's not. There was a samurai and everybody said give pickle on the notes on
Yes,
the ground.
that's code for dick. Do you not know that? That is the Elden Ring. Yeah, no, like I'm not lying to you.
no.
I'm not lying to you here. They say there is give pickle is code for give dick. I hate to be the one to break it to you live on air in front of a
that
bunch of people.
samurai wants something. The samurai
Yeah,
that told me
dick.
about cool dragons told me. Do you want to give me a video game idea? I don't know what you're rambling about.
I don't know. I'm off a 12-hour workday, so like just anything is game for me. All right, this one comes to us. You and I had a lot of fun, but that game wasn't stinky enough. I want to give you some real one just doused in the sauce.
Yeah, hit
This
me
one
with
comes to us on Twitter from Dr. Peener at Dr._Peener. Deep space fishing. Fly to different solar systems to fish intergalactic creatures that swim among the stars. All right.
This
That sounds
rules.
like a fun game. That sounds like a really lovely game. A very
What's the
calming
problem?
game. It would probably be really big in like Japanese JRPG. I said Japanese
Oh
twice.
yeah, this is a JRPG
Yeah.
thing. I have
No,
you and I have a mutual friend that
no.
is deep
No,
into the
no,
fishing
no.
in Final Fantasy
See,
XIV.
I respect your tenacity to make a game that people would actually play. I want to make a game that people don't want to play. So
Okay.
did you watch Courage the Cowardly Dog as a child?
No, I didn't have cable.
Oh, buddy boy, am I about to give you some heartbreak. So I wonder if there's anybody in the audience who's like, no, don't fucking go there. I know where you're going. Don't fucking go there, because it made me cry too.
Sad Courage the Cowardly
There's
Dog
a sad Courage the Cowardly Dog episode where you find out in space there exist these squid, and there is this daddy squid and this mommy squid, and they're deeply in love, and they have this little, like, a bunch of little baby squids, and they're like super happy. But what's this? A giant space whale comes out and fucking eats the dad alive. And the dad has to sacrifice himself so the mom and the babies can fly away and crash on Earth,
and then Courage harasses them, and
yes. So I want to tap into that energy of you are playing. I think we've gotten in the habit, and I want to just break down.
And we of course need to break it if we plan on doing the show for longer than 3 years. We have to break these habits.
So I think everybody's kind of gotten in the habit of thinking fishing's okay. Because, like, fish, they don't express emotions. They don't express sadness or, the loss of loved ones. But what if we did a game like that? What if every fish you got was a fucking emotional, retching thing? Like, you think it's like, oh, I'm going to go on a deep space adventure to go get some crazy fish. But what if you fucking are reeling in?
But what if the fish made you feel really bad every time you killed one?
What if it's fucking crying as you pull it in? What if we make you feel really bad, but everybody else in the game is like all of the NPCs are super hyped, and it's just you as the player outside of the game is
the
deeply
only one
uncomfortable.
That can speak fish.
Oh, it's Dr. Doolittle, but in space, and he's just like, hey,
Dr. Doolittle in space, yeah.
little space. We just call it little space. Doolittle
2.
Doolittle 2, Space Jam. Space Hook. There you go. Fuck. So is there a game there? Is there something we could do with that?
There's a game there, but
oh, okay.
Can I hit you with a possible other line? Because I don't know if just making a game where you do murder and murder feels bad is particularly groundbreaking enough.
Okay, all right. Put some steak on it. Put some wrinkle in it.
You and I mentioned the incredible nature of JRPGs always having fishing games.
Yes.
Do you know what JRPG had, in my opinion, the most dogshit fishing system?
Final Fantasy 14?
Final Fantasy 15. 16? Yes, you knew exactly. Yeah. Okay, you got there. Final Fantasy 15's fishing was not fun. You know what was also not very fun about Final Fantasy 15, though I will admit it was kind of my favorite thing about the game? Traveling. Because the map was so big in Final Fantasy 15, and like fast travel was a currency that you had to like buy sleeping bags to do fast travel. So for a long time, if you didn't have the backpacks, you couldn't fast travel. So Blake, how do you get all the way across the rest of the world? You tell one of your party members which character you want to, or where you tell your side character where you want to go, and then they drive the car for 20 minutes to get to the location for you to do your adventures.
So you're saying you want to do a space version of that? It was the stupidest thing in the world, and I loved it. Can we do an entire giant world like this? I want to go back to the days of when MapleStory had like a railway that you had to take, and it would be an actual 10-15 minute train ride to get to the other location. I think that in video games, if we're going to do a fishing game where you got to sit around and wait for the fish, you may as well also have to sit around and wait to get there, yeah? Yeah, it's a game about waiting. It's a game about inconvenience. Well, it's a game about patience, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. You almost made it sound bad. I appreciate you changing your mind.
What if we combined our ideas? What if this is just one adventure that we just are slowly... This is like a micro game. Like, this is a micro story game. Like, Superliminal.
It's a micro game with a runtime of 27 hours.
Yes, it's a micro game with a huge-ass runtime. And it's all about the build-up to the final fishing. It's all about, like, the people, the conversations you're having along the way, talking about how amazing the fishing is going to be, the beautiful, like, the beautiful star systems you will see. And then you get there.
Have you ever been fishing?
Yeah, I've been fishing. I've been deep sea fishing. I've been lake fishing. I've been off the shore fishing. Yeah, I've been fishing quite a few times.
I always thought that there was no talking when fishing.
No, because what the fuck, dude? First rule of fishing is you got to make conversation and get drunk because you're bored as shit. Like, there's
I
nothing
always
to
thought
do.
that you weren't
while you're-
supposed to talk because then you'd scare the fishes away. And
You're
so
not
fishing was just a bunch of old dudes vibing in complete
No,
silence.
no, that's what old people tell young people because they don't want to hear them talk. Like that's a myth.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure if like
Well,
you're
hold
on a
on.
quiet lake and
This
you
might be
shout
an
and
important
shit-
thing. Blake, when you go
Okay.
fishing, do you catch fish?
Do I catch fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
While
usually
you're
catch
out there
fish.
chatting it up, talking, hooting, and hollering
Yeah.
and drinking, do you catch fish?
Yeah, I catch fish. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've caught some pretty big rockfish. Those are pretty cool. You know what
Sure.
rockfish are?
No.
It's rocks.
Are they poisonous?
Yes, extremely actually.
Then why did
They're
you
very-
catch it?
You catch them and then you throw them back. Like it's like not it's like just pure sport fishing. I think some people eat rockfish, but I could be mistaken. So is this how do we turn this into a game and not some sort of wading simulator? Like are you playing a bunch of mini games that are fishing
No,
like
I think
that?
it is a waiting simulator.
Okay. It's just that's a 27-hour waiting simulator. All right, bag it,
Someone
tag
will
it.
be into that. We could drop that on Steam. Do you want another video game idea?
Actually, no. Actually, hold on. Just to touch on one thing, you're actually onto something because there is that game out there that is all about waiting, and you have to wait like in game like 2,700 hours or something like that.
Oh
And
yeah, I see this on the Switch shop. The whole gimmick
think it's
is
called
that like you
longing. Yeah.
yeah, you run around and like when you interact with things, it makes the ticker go down. Like there's a real world ticker going, but then if you like read a book, it'll be like 7 hours passed.
No,
Congrats.
it's in complete.
Am I thinking
real
of a different
time.
game?
I think I think we're thinking of the same game. I just know it doesn't have that mechanic. It literally is the moment you start the game, the ticker starts going down in real time, and you just have to figure out, okay, even if the game isn't running, the ticker goes down, which is really convenient. So it's like, what are you going to do to fill the time?
Settings. I'll time travel like an Animal Crossing character.
You just like start up the game. Wow. Remember when people were doing that? How crazy was that? Just being like,
You
yeah,
got in
I'm
deep in Animal Crossing.
and then we all dropped it. Like I played it for a week, realized, and then
God, I wish I bought that game physical so I could have sold it after my like 2 weeks with it. Do you want a video game idea?
yeah, I would love one.
This comes from Chicken Routine on Reddit.
Oh.
Your mission is to drink the Kool-Aid Man. You may not survive. Note, the Kool-Aid Man, as a being, is comprised of the jar. This does not change your mission.
Okay, so is the first thing that
We're
stands
turning
out
the
to
tables on Hello Neighbor.
me? We're gonna get our dunk on with
We're trying to
Kool-Aid
jump
Man?
the Kool-Aid Man. Here's the thing. You ever tried to stop an here's what at the core of what this game is, right? Because it's important to really sit down and think about what makes a game a game. If you can break it down into one sentence. The real pitch here, no branding, is how do you catch an unstoppable force? Because we know that no physical blocks will stop the Kool-Aid Man. He'll just yell, "Oh yeah," and break right through it. Because he's crazy. So how do we catch him?
So is this basically a game where we are just trying to track him down, or is this like what do you?
We're trying to track him down
give me a
and
frame
drink
of
him.
reference. Like what I'm trying to think of.
Reference.
Yeah, like is this like because part of me is thinking this feels very arcadey, where it's like okay, you start the game. And really simple goal. You see Kool-Aid Man on the other side of the screen and you start running after him. But then he starts going through and destroying, going through walls, going through whatever. And you need to be able to dodge or like go through the holes that he smashes to catch up with him. And as the game goes on, those gaps between those barriers or like this space between those barriers those distances get smaller and smaller, so you have to like Flappy Bird style, like do just this massive dodging game to at some point get to Kool-Aid
It sort
Man.
of becomes an entire game that sort of feels like a not a Mega Man. It's a whole game that feels like a Sonic the Hedgehog boss fight. Yeah, like you're just running down and chasing after this unstoppable object, trying to see what you can do to slow him down while throwing things at him.
And then
Now, what if we break
if,
out of the road style and throw it into an open world and just a huge, giant, expansive world that we are aware that the Kool-Aid Man, once he starts moving in one direction, will never be able to stop?
I'm bored of open worlds. I've had so much fun with Elden Ring that I don't
too
think
much Elden
open
Ring,
worlds.
huh?
Yeah, I don't think open worlds are gonna get any better. And I think it would be foolish to think we could do an open world better than Elden.
So then, level-based, we're catching the Kool-Aid Man.
We can do a level-based thing because I'm thinking if we are trying to catch Kool-Aid Man, I think every level should end with us getting a sweet hit of that Kool-Aid Man. And that's I don't know why this popped into my brain, but like, what if you become Kool-Aid Man? Like, does drinking Kool-Aid Man...
I think this is what's important in the submission, is halfway through the game we discover that the jar is the Kool-Aid Man and not the beverage.
So
what this is you're right. Every level we get, once you get through it, the character catches the Kool-Aid Man, grabs onto the rim and tips the whole man back, gets a big old gulp. And then the next level, Kool-Aid Man has a little bit less Kool-Aid in him. And there's a halfway point. There's a halfway point through the game where the characters realize there's no Kool-Aid left and he's still going. And one of the children's like, oh.
Let's eat him.
He's the Kool-Aid Man.
He's the I mean, does that mean you break Kool-Aid Man and then get Kool-Aid, or like?
I don't want to drink juice. And is there any way that we can?
Can you drink
I don't
glass?
want to drink glass. Sorry.
Let's drink glass.
Yeah, I don't want drinking glass. Sounds so horrifying.
Glass is just like, it's just water but harder.
You know what's weird is the idea of drinking glass and like taking a bite out of a glass cup horrifies me. But every single time I drank a Kool-Aid Jammer, I wanted to eat the bottle.
Yeah, right. It did feel like it was like I know I chewed on the
I feel like the Kool-Aid Jammer bottles. I don't think they are, but like my gut instincts all say that Kool-Aid Jammer bottles are edible. Is it possible that the Kool-Aid Man is made of Kool-Aid Jammer bottles?
Kool-Aid Jammer bottles. So you just gnaw on it, but he can't actually be chewed. I mean, like I don't know what the game is. You know, it's just like, hey,
I think
we're gonna drink
really
Kool-Aid,
knocked out
man.
of the park of like a railway runner, like Sonic the Hedgehog, where you're just constantly having to dodge obstacles and fit your cool body into the Kool-Aid Man holes, because he's gonna drift and turn and squeeze, and you have to do the same.
So how does the game evolve though? How does the game, like, so at the end of each of these railway like runner games, we get a little.
Do we
sip
turn
of
it into a
Kool-Aid
race
Man.
car game then? And you have to start to look at the tracks and know when you need to drift.
No, you know what? I want to. I don't know, but for some reason, my brain this episode is like, I want to just make something so different and so like. We've made racing games. Have we done a running game? Have we? I just want to do a different.
We haven't done just a Sonic the Hedgehog clone yet. No. Have we done an Endless Runner before?
Oh, hold on.
Or you know what? If this feels too close to home, give me another submission.
Hold on. I'm looking up Kool-Aid slogans for inspiration. Oh yeah, is the famous one.
Yeah, that's kind of the only Kool-Aid line is, oh yeah.
No, like classic. No, Kool-Aid Man had some fucking weird ones in the past. Like here, hold on.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then,
fucking internet, please. Just let me look at this Kool-Aid Man masterpiece. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm just looking at, like, all the old ads I'm seeing is like, stir up a pitcher of fun. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Don't delay. Get your delicious Kool-Aid drink today.
Do you think Kool-Aid Man is still the same Kool-Aid now as it was back then? Like, is that the primordial Kool-Aid?
Do you mean we're all just like taking from the same vat of like Kool-Aid powder?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking. I'm asking if Kool-Aid Man is the source of the first Kool-Aid.
I mean, is that the narrative we find in our game?
Are we trying to find the primordial Kool-Aid?
Primordial Kool-Aid.
We're having to dig around too much. Why don't you give me another video game idea?
All right, I'm gonna give you a banger right here, and this will be our last one before we jump into our nug and do all that other good stuff. This one comes to us on Twitter from ARP1033. This one comes to us on Twitter from ARP1033 is bad at silly names at ARP1033. A game where you have to create training programs for companies that create vulnerabilities you can exploit to make money. AJ, we are going to do a game that is about editing footage. So it's like an editing game. So you take different steps, or you get to splice together different steps in a training process, and then you send that off to a company, and then because in traditional SUCC style, this is a 2-game-in-1. So the first game is you get to edit. You can have fun, you can do all your training stuff. Maybe this thing connects to your webcam and you get to do a funny little dance, or like oh, that would be super fun. You get to mouth the lines for the training video. So like anytime
that's some PlayStation Move shit. I'm into it.
Yeah, because so it's like, hey, here's the script that you're gonna get of or you get to write the scripts. Yeah, you get to write the script, and then it does that robot-y bullshit voice where it'll speak it for you, but it's clearly like automated, and you have to lip sync to it. Yeah, and then that gets set into different parts of the edit. But of course that doesn't really affect gameplay. It's just more like
what's the gameplay loop here? Because run the submission past me one more time. It seems like a lot to bite.
We are making training videos to create a game where you have to create training programs for companies that create vulnerabilities you can exploit for money, to make money. So if we create...
So do we have an example of this? Like, is this a video game where you create a video tutorial on how to share your Netflix login?
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to create a training video for Kool-Aid. They got a brand new game coming out. It's this sweet runner game. It's this sweet arcade game. And we need to create the branding for it. And we need to...
Right, yeah.
Everybody wants to know. It's like, hey... What's the vibe of this video? What's the vibe of the company? What's this? We got hired to make a training video on how they should go about their new branding and maybe some of their company operations. How are we going to edit that? And how are we going to make money from it? I say we cut the Kool-Aid. Have you ever drank Kool-Aid and felt, I wish there was a little bit more Kool-Aid powder in this? That's us.
Literally never in my life.
We're skimming off. Really? Man, I was a poor kid.
Yeah.
Is this a whole packet of Kool-Aid or just half of it? Wow, I just touched a memory I thought I buried a long time ago.
Are you good? Are you all right?
Yeah, you know what? I'm all right. You know what? I'm cool. I'm cool, man.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I'm Kool-Aid, man. Sad oh yes.
So, okay. Let's put a pin in this.
Yeah, I do like. Well, I mean, we're coming up on the end of the episode now. You and I.
We got to pick a nug.
I kind of feel like you hit it out of the park with your first game submission.
I also think it's the Katamari Damacy stealth game.
Yeah, it's like just because I think I'm really connected to that one because you and I come across certain games where it's like I feel like, wow, there's so much like going on in my life that I want to put in this game because it's kind of relevant, and it makes it matter more to me. And this is kind of one of those games where it's like, yeah, I do want to make a game about what it's like to steal food.
Yes, there's a small charm to the idea of a video game all around, just like taking a little bit off the top where you work.
Little bit off the top, like yeah.
Because again, you don't want your bosses to catch you, and it's not like you're gonna get fired. You just really don't want the embarrassment that comes with like being told that you're not allowed to have 4 bags of cookies.
Yeah.
You're Pulitzer award-winning poet William Carlos Williams.
So, okay. So, one, we need to pick like unlockable characters. Like, okay, these are the people that are working the office. I think that's a fun angle to play.
Yes, that you will be able to unlock based on like hitting their like goals, right? Like, of course, everybody will have bribes, but I think there will also even be characters that are like, hey, do you think you could give me some Pringles? Like, can you give me like 8 things of Pringles? And then you as the player are like, I can, but I have to go right past my supervisor's office. My supervisor keeps the Pringles. I have to go in there 8 different times today? Are you kidding me?
Okay, AJ, I'm gonna pitch you on something. I want to make a little statement about this submission. So, before that, if you want to join up on our Patreons, $2 a month, you get to submit game modifiers. We're going to be changing those this week. We change it every month. Check it out. We'll have a link in the description. This week's modifiers is is unlockable characters, but we're going to do a unique spin on it. The thing I wanted to say is AJ and I, over the 3 years of doing this podcast, or 2 years of this wow, actually, fuck, we're coming up on 3 years. Like,
we're coming on 3 years.
Wait, actually, it was our 3-year anniversary last
January,
week.
February, March, April. Yeah, it was
March
really
20th.
Close by.
Hey, happy third anniversary! I totally got buried in my new job. I totally forgot.
That's neat.
So over the 3 years that AJ and I have been doing this podcast, we on multiple occasions have gotten submissions that are like, "Hey, put yourselves in this game. Hey, do this, but it's AJ. Do this, but it's Blake."
We can do that this time.
And I want to do it this time because fucking Gazzer. So AJ and I made a short film called Caught Watching Porn at Work, and it's like this gag video.
It was a gag video we did in college like 5 years ago now.
Yeah, 5 years ago. And it's, to this day, I still think one of the funniest fucking videos you and I have made, because it's just you and I getting extra randy, and our friend Lucy's in it, and it's just so fun. It was so much fun. So
we
AJ,
have a bit
I'm gonna
in that
design
video
your character,
where
and you're gonna design me.
Bit into an onion.
Yeah.
Is this what you're going to be pulling from?
I want to do
onions.
You're going to design what my character. Okay, here, let's give a little framework. Okay. If you can't tell, this is the indulgent episode, and I'm doing it for our anniversary.
Two unlockable characters. One will be you, one will be me. You tell me what my unlockable character is, how to unlock
and how
them,
do I bribe
and what
them.
cool power you get.
Okay, so AJ Hart, you are the young upstart hungry to grow in this company by any means necessary. Because if I know you, I know you're a cutthroat. And you know what you do? You are the guy that you... AJ Hart.
I believe in you. You can get through this.
I'm laughing because my own stupid jokes, like unprofessional. AJ, young upstart. He's really hungry to climb the corporate ladder, but he has no intimidation quality whatsoever. AJ Hart's tactic, he only eats the rancid food in the office. That way, anytime anybody gets into his space, he can fucking just breathe onion into their face, and nobody wants to hold a conversation. So they'll be like, AJ comes up to somebody and says, "Hey, I want this report," or "I want a raise," and they just can't fucking stomach the stench coming off those teeth. And they just can't stick with it. So if AJ catches you in this office, you need to make sure you have some rancid stuff in your little ball that you're rolling around. If you don't, AJ Hart's gonna fucking report you, because guess what? They're climbing that company ladder by any means necessary. And if that means sucking up and outing you and calling the fucking weak William Henry Williams, I think that's his name. Yeah, that's my AJ Hart. That's the unlockable character. Or actually, that's not really. I don't know. I don't know if these are characters that you unlock. I think these are characters that you will meet. These are going to be
unlockable characters. What would my cool power be if I was unlocked? How would you unlock me?
Actually, you know what? You're onto something here. I want to do a Don't Starve together. No. I want to do a Don't Starve route, because there are some characters in Don't Starve that come at it like they are just the fucking hardest characters to play.
Ability, like. It's a kind of Mario game.
Your ability, it's not necessarily an ability, but it is kind of like you unlock AJ, and that's the hard mode of this game. Because AJ, when he steals food, he only steals the bad shit. So he always is working with a lower pool of food that he can use to bargain. But the benefit of it is that not many people want to barter with him or go around him. So I guess that's his ability. Is he the stank?
The stank. I can chase off people that might want to steal things from me. I love this.
Okay. All right. Now, what does Blake look like?
So Blake is... Honestly, he's the other character that you notice with a ball. Like, you're going to spend 4 hours in this game running around with a big ball, and then, like, you're going to see a second guy with a second ball, and his ball's way bigger than you. And the catch is that he's out here, he's on his own grind. He's squirreling away his own chippies. He's putting away his own snacks, his own little muffins.
Okay.
If he
What's
sees
Blake's favorite snack, by the way? I'm just so curious.
corn nuts.
Ugh.
The crunch.
No, I fucking hate corn nuts.
He
well,
loves
Blake
the
likes
crunch.
them. Blake likes them. Yeah, I get that mouthfeel. Okay, all right.
If Blake sees you, he doesn't run to tell a supervisor. He runs his ball at you and then attacks you to try to steal your ball of food.
Oh no! He can absorb other people's balls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll steal some
that's
of yours.
Terrifying.
And then once he snags them from you, it does an unskippable cutscene where he walks up very, very slowly and he's like, "Oh, excuse me. And then he walks up. And then he looks at your ball and he grabs one thing and he walks it over and he takes it back to his pile. And then he walks back over and he grabs another thing. And you have to watch him go back and forth between your two orbs of him just grabbing things randomly for 4 minutes. Because every time you press a button to try to stop him, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to go tell my supervisor?" And then your character kind of shrinks back and then he keeps on stealing the balls or the little ball pieces.
This actually might be a fun,
excruciatingly long cutscene, but it is very highly detailed.
This Blake feels kind of like the ongoing boss of this game, where it's like as you go through the levels
right, except the one catch is that he's only there in the game until you unlock him. Once you've unlocked him, you unlock him at the end of the game.
Well, no, you unlock him at the end of the game, and then you can go through the game again just as the villain of the game now. And that's
and then you can see a little guy running around, and you can hit that little guy and get a big boost of your snacks.
It's just like
the downside though is that you're just a sloppy dog shit ball roller. So when you roll around, you are constantly losing snacks. So you have to be on the eye for other employees to steal their snackies.
Oh, okay. And the reason I don't get caught or Blake doesn't get caught is because they're a manager, right? It's like, hey, manager's coming through. So it's not really a stealth game. Well, it's a simple stealth game. It's like
a survival game because Blake still has people that he has to avoid. They're just
like
less
his boss.
Often.
Yes, exactly. God, this Blake sounds like he lives in the walls of this place. Like he has a
Blake
nest.
Sucks shit, and I hate him. And he has a big mug, like a really, really big, obnoxiously large mug that he holds in one hand at all times, and he's just pushing the ball with one hand. That's why he's just spilling them everywhere.
And I'm just constantly sippy. Just oh God,
Blake. That's a game.
That's a fucking no. We haven't named it yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there something we can toss that has the word forbidden?
Snackrillage.
The forbidden snack. The snack escape or the escape snack?
Is there any way we can squeeze a work week joke in there, or like a work joke and a snack joke? You know what I mean? Like break room's not terrible, but something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like break room is not the name of this game, but I think it has like if there was a fighting game in a workspace, we would call it break room. That's what I want to find.
Or breakout room, or I mean, would it just be like
this is a roll up game?
Snack and sneak. It's like snack and apostrophe sneak. Snack and sneak.
Yeah, that doesn't really hit the work vibe, but I'm into it.
Well, but I mean, like a fucking sneak week. Snack 9 to 5 snacking. You just like watching me struggle, don't you? You just
sometimes I watch you just reach for things and it's so nothing, but you're so excited to have found 2 handholds and you're like, I got one, a snack.
It's like I'm just fucking drowning and I see one bubble of air and I'm just like
but that bubble of air is somebody's fart. That's nothing.
All right, fucking big man. What do you got? What do you fucking got?
Is middle management a line we can get anywhere? You know what I mean? I want a good work phrase or work name.
work phrases. Here, let's do this. Work phrases. Win-win. Think outside the box. Think outside the lunchbox. Think outside the right. Going forward. Reach out. Touch base. Synergy. Oh, snack synergy. Synergy snack.
Synergy's getting close. Synergy's got something.
In the pipeline. Raise the bar. The ball is in your court. The elephant in the room. The bottom line is. Scalable. Down the road. Learn the ropes. Let's hit the ground running. Ballpark figure. Downsizing. No brainer. Open the kimono. What? Benchmark. Let's take it offline. Let's circle back. In the pipeline. Bite the bullet. Low hanging fruit.
Is let's circle snack anything?
Wait, what'd you say?
Is let's circle snack anything?
No.
Okay, just checking. Hey, no bad ideas, right? No bad ideas when we're spitballing.
Oh, wait, hold on. You bit off more than you can chew.
That's just a threat.
Fucking, you're sneaking, so there's danger? You're chewing because you're snacking? Like, that just makes sense to me. Take with a grain of salt. It takes two to tango. Hit the nail on the head. We can't boil the ocean. Throw her under the bus. Let's take a deep dive.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Blake, I'm just spitballing here, right? Just no bad ideas. More than you can chew?
Ooh, more than you can chew. Fuck it, sure. We're at 59 minutes. I'm at the point where I can't say no.
Right?
Yeah, I can't say no. You know, just you bit off. I already forgot it. What was it?
More than you can chew.
More than you can chew. Okay. All right.
Unless we think of a better game name idea between now and when the video goes live, in which case I will change the name of the episode. With that being said, let's go to patch notes.
Wait, isn't snack break maybe that one? Like snack break around the water cooler maybe, or hey, is patch notes? Is that an option?
Let's go to patch notes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes. Thank you all so much for listening. If you're not sick and tired of me and Blake yet, I've got incredible news for you. Blake and I are currently working on a new Let's Play for a new video game that's not new to the world, but it's new to Blake and me. We just finished recording and will hopefully release this week our first episode of a Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope playthrough.
So if you want to see AJ and I get spooked a lot, and there may or may not be some face cam, we're experimenting with some new kinds of content, and I gotta say, like, not pitchy bullshit aside, this is probably the most fun I've had playing a game. It might be one of the most fun I've had, like, outside of, like, actual podcast, like, Let's Playing, but it's definitely one of the best, like, one of my favorite Let's Plays.
It was one of the most fun Let's Plays I've done in a long time. Yeah, no, it was a blast. I'm so excited for it to come out. Keep your eyes out for it. It should be coming out this week.
Yes.
And that will be our YouTube channel.
What's our YouTube
Spiritual
channel?
Successor Podcast.
Oh, thank you. You got it. You got it right there at the last. I never should have doubted you.
With
thank you very much for listening.
That's where we're going to leave this episode this week. As always, our intro and outro is Cheap Shop by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been one of your hosts, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rhea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made. Take a bite out of work. Fuck. God, that would have been so good. Fuck! All right.